WINDSCALE, the pride of Britain. Nestled in the picturesque Lake District, the state-of-the-art atom plant has transformed this rugged landscape into the envy of its northern neighbors. Scientific progress waits for no one, and
the public has nothing to fear.
The area will be reopened by Christmas at the latest.
The situation is more complex than was at first understood.
No military expeditions into the area have been lost. Where did you get such an idea?
Perhaps by experts. Oh, no more reconnaissance flights. The interference field is bringing down aircraft like clay pigeons.
Let me be clear. Our experts are monitoring the situation, and I would urge everyone to remain calm. The situation in Cumberland is well in hand.
Is anybody there? I need help. Who are you? What are you doing in here? I thought this place was secure. Where's Dr. Powell? Good. Bloody hell. Look, you want to leave. I'll tell you how to leave. You're trapped in the quarantine zone around the WINDSCALE atom plant. That's where it all went wrong. The only way to WINDSCALE is through the interchange. You'll need my key card, or you'll never get in. There are people, people who will help you escape, but they won't do it for free. I've lost so much blood. I can't think straight. There should be supplies nearby. Alcohol and rest. Stop the bleeding, please. Hurry, please. It hurts like the devil. Such a stupid, careless mistake. Was ambushed by one of those bloody thieves. Outlaws, they call themselves. Probably got Dr. Powell too. Please, a bandage. Please help me. Very well. I'm hardly in a position to negotiate. What matters most is that the truth gets out. Here's my key card. It will get you out of here and into the interchange. It doesn't matter what else happens. As long as the truth of this place gets out. Here are my notes. Everything I remember. It's not much, but it's all I can do. You better get out of here before my condition gets any worse. Just go. Go, damn you! The interchange holds the truth. You must not forget. It's important.
Off with you, or you'll regret it. You won't be done.
Stay back. What are you doing in here? Who knows what might have followed you in? Oh, you're lost, all right. You really don't know where you are. Are you all right? If you don't mind me saying so, you look proper peaky. Aye, that's fair enough. I wouldn't feel in best fettle either. Mayhap I can help you find your feet a tad. This is the quarantine zone. They built hell in Cumberland, and you're right slap bang in it. Government boffins used to be here. Don't know what they were doing, but it all went to cock in the end. Look, if you've a question about these caves, I can help. I don't know much about how else, though. Supplies I could trade, if that's what you're after. Interchange? Now why does that ring a bell? I'm sorry. My memory ain't what it were. Mayhap it'll come back to me. You know, I must say, it's nice to talk to someone. Someone who's properly here, that is. Not just a voice in my head. Oh. Said that out loud, did I? Oh, I know how that must sound, but, exactly that. Well, voices, really. More than one. But, well, now, you really are a stranger, aren't you? They don't know who you are. Usually, you see, the voices tell me when someone's coming. That's how I know to hide. Well, aye. On occasion. It's like this, you see. They chatter away. The voices in my head. Not all the time, but a lot of it. Sometimes they're only whispers. Other times, not often, it's like they're standing right next to me. Hard to make out most of the time, but other times, they whisper about places. Hidden, secret places. Sometimes I think they're whispering from such places. Or maybe I'm there, listening to them. Lord, I shouldn't be telling you this. It could make them angry. I wonder, perhaps if you can find it and open it. Listen, I used to work these mines. The biggest one, the boffins took over when they arrived and started building something inside. Now, what did they call the place? Oh, but yes. Interchange. That was it. And I've heard the voices say that name. I'm sure I have. They closed up the old mine entrance, but I suppose they must have hidden a new one elsewhere. Mayhap the voices are ghosts, trapped inside. Mayhap opening a way to them will make the voices happy. Mayhap they'll leave me alone then. A few months back, people outside the walls sent in a convoy. All soldiers and that. They'd have been heading to the interchange, I'm sure. Didn't get far, of course. They were an ambush. Could hear the screaming a mile away. You'd maybe find some clues if you search through wreckage. I'll mark the spot for you. It's not really me you need to trust, I suppose. It's the voices. I could tell you my story, I suppose. I used to work this mine. Not but your run-of-the-mill slate mine. Until they found something in one of the workings. Next thing we know, we're up to our necks in white coats and khaki, made to sign the Official Secrets Act, even though we know now and been told less. A few years later, something goes properly wrong at that factory thing they built across the mere. And now, here I am living in a hole. Go outside! Outside there's 101 things that'd kill you as soon as look at you. Worst I have to contend with in here is some bats. Well, this tunnel's part of the old cart route. What's left of it, any road. It's like a loop, takes you in and out of Slatton Dale. The Dale's busy with outlaws, so watch yourself if you go that way. Oh, and there's a fenced-off way, goes into the soldiers' territory. Skethermore, that is. Can't recommend that. Not unless you're keen to get yourself shot or burned to a crisp.
Hello, stranger. Not seen you around this stretch before. How do? Where did you come from then? Blimey! You must have taken a knock on the noggin or something. Still, you're looking decent fettle now. My name's Nat, by the way. Forgive me being curious of strangers. This place been off for years. There've been strange happenings. You have to be careful who you trust. Not civilized round here anymore, just savages that roam about. And a few survivors, like myself. Well, there's a bunch who call themselves outlaws, But if you're expecting Robin Hood and his merry men, you're gonna be properly disappointed. Right shower of ne'er-do-wells and bullies. Keep well away from them, if you want my advice. And there's other things too. Nasty things. I've seen them, and I'm sure we've got the boffins to thank for it. Shady, secret stuff them scientists were up to. Whatever they were doing, they were right keen to bury it when it went wrong. Listen, I overheard them once, the blokes in noddy suits. The ones that appeared right after the disaster, talking about their quarantine. How they had to seal the place. Said something about an interchange, a secret project. But I should stop talking before I get carried away. Not personal. I can be a right chatterbox, that's all. It's what they chucked me out of the village for, the buggers. Aye? Well, whatever the boffins were up to in that interchange, what's it? I'm sure it wasn't good. This place is riddled with secret bunkers. Or so I've heard. Such things were kept hidden from the likes of us, of course. But look, if you want more, you'd be wise to ask Molly, the tinker. An ear for information has Molly. She's usually camped just north of here. Now, I'm not sure I should be saying out more to a stranger. Aye? Well, I was speaking truth. From a certain point of view. Wyndham's not been civilized since the soldiers moved in. Running the place like prison camp, calling themselves protocol. I can point you to it, but I've no desire to return. You ask me, those that stayed might have done better out here. Now I really should stop talking. Now personal, but you can't trust anyone too much these days, can you? What are you playing at? Stop!
Don't. Who's messing with me? Not safe yet. Need to stay alert.
Hello. I don't know you, do I? No, I'm sure I don't. Not seen you around here before. Your lot shouldn't be wandering this far out village. It ain't safe. That is where you came from. The village. Well, course you're not one of them. You're a stranger to these dales, aren't you? Clear as crystal now I look at you. And I'm good at reading people. It's a right handy skill. Especially if you want to get any good business done. My name's Molly. If you've got out to trade, I got some bits and bobs for sale. They kept what they were doing hidden from us locals, right up until the day the atom plant went bang across the mere. Well, you won't find any boffins left here now, but turns out they've been digging out secret bunkers all over the place. Riddle these hills like woodworm in an old sideboard. I might just know the location of one or two of them. Not that that kind of thing comes for free, you understand. You've met old Nat? He's a good soul, is Nat. Could talk the hind legs off a donkey. Well, any friend of his is a friend of mine. Oh, well, I suppose it can't hurt to give you a little something for free. I heard some outlaws found a big door nearby, one they couldn't get open. Now, only the boffins would have built something like that. They said it was signed, the interchange. It's inside a bunker that overlooks the quarry, if you've been over that way. Here, I'll mark it for you. How's this sound? We do a bit of trading. And here's the thing. I get right gossipy when I'm trading. I bet you wouldn't mind hearing a bit of local gossip, would you? Make a trade, and maybe I'll throw in some information for free. Well, before everything were a mess, I used to be a tinker. Travelling round, fixing things for folk. Sharpening knives and scissors, selling pots and pans. Afterwards, couldn't get stuff off the markets to sell anymore. So I thought, Molly, my girl, you need to become a broker. That's what I do. I sort out deals, and I do it fairly. Reputation's about the only thing worth spit now. Oh, I feel some uncontrollable gossiping coming on. Pin back your luggles. You seen the wreck convoy nearby? Oh, that were a sight when it happened. Big bang, down came the bridge. All the lorries and that came tumbling down like Jack and Jill. Outlaws reckon it were them from the woods. The druids, we call them. I didn't reckon they'd know their way round dynamite. Bridge was proper blown up. The druids were all over the place like flies after, though. So maybe it's true. Just not heard of them taking on something so big before, that's all. Aye, I saw someone come away. They were a ways off, but I suppose it must have been one of the soldiers. They went towards the rail yard. Didn't see anyone else get away, though. Poor sods. Oh, the crazy folk in masks. They live in Casterfell Woods. If you've not met one yet, count yourself lucky.
Well. Just look what the cat dragged in. Pay attention. This village is under military occupation per the quarantine protocol. You're new round here, eh? Which means you're free to enter. Just keep your nose clean, all right? What are you gawping at? Like I said, you're free to enter the village. Move on. Just like that. Captain's orders. He says any stranger might be important. So we just send any like you his way. Unless you're an outlaw, of course. Or worse. Or mad folk in the woods. Creatures that tear you limb from limb. The list goes on. There's something nasty at work here. Something in the soil. If it weren't for our protection, the villagers would be no better off than those grey-skinned bastards. Now, you should go and talk to the captain. I reckon he'd be keen to see you right away. Last I heard, Captain Sims was down by the bandstand. Present yourself to him toot sweet, if you know what's good for you.
Well, should I shoot him, Sarge?
You should not. Do they look like an outlaw to you?
No, Sarge.
There we go then. Outlaws we shoot, strangers we let in. Captain's orders.
Why here of all places? If they'd resolved to do something so awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon my French, wanted to make a scene, sir.
And doom us all in the process. If the captain and his minions find out. Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please leave. Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. These are awful times. If news of this gets out, things will get worse, I assure you. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here. All I can concern myself with right now is keeping this quiet. I must decide what to do about this before any soldier wanders in. I would suggest you let all this lie too. The matter is best left to the village to handle. All too many a reason, I'm sad to say. There are certain beliefs around here. Harmless before the disaster, but since, with the protocol now imposing their law, it has all become somewhat tribal. Maisie here must have got mixed up in something. The weapon that was used to, a peculiar choice. It puts me in mind of those debauched druids out in the woods. Well, we call them druids. I'm not sure what they call themselves. The disaster seems to have fostered the return of some distinctly atavistic, indeed thoroughgoing pagan sentiments around here. The following sprang up in Casterfell Woods shortly after, in the ruins of an old castle, and has since bloomed into a vicious cult. certain death. That's what you'll be met with if you choose to enter the woods. I advise you to stay well away. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to work out.
What do you want? I had naught to do with Maisie's death, I swear, in God's name. And neither did the vicar. He's a good man. If this gets back to the soldiers, they'll cart him and me both off to jail. We had naught to do with it. I always liked Maisie. She probably got on the wrong side of someone on account of her. But you should leave. This is village business, and none of yours. Confess? All right, look. She were good at following people, was our Maisie. Nosing around in their business. I don't know, mayhap she found something and got silenced for it. I saw her the other night, skulking around near an old cellar not far from here. I can mark it for you, but I know naught else. And I don't want to talk about this no longer.
Good day. You'll forgive me if I'm less than cordial on first acquaintances, I'm sure. New faces often mean trouble. And yet, they may bring new opportunities, too. Tell me, where have you come from? Really? Well, you're not the first amnesiac I've seen since things went awry. Trauma does strange things to people. In case it wasn't made clear to you on the way in, Wyndham is under the protection of the protocol. You are permitted to move freely through the village, for now at least. Consider it a gesture of goodwill. I hope it'll be reciprocated. But don't go causing any trouble here, is that clear? And if trouble finds you, make sure you report it, post-haste. Now, there are certain things I like to discuss with new faces such as you. I would hope a stranger like you can provide me with some information. I want to know where you came from. I want to know what you can tell me about the outside. Trust me, you will be much better off aiding protocol than crossing us. Be under no illusions. We must eradicate the corruption that festers here before there is any hope of leaving this blasted place. If we were to work together, you and I, perhaps we might make some progress towards such an outcome. But step out of line, and I will revoke your liberties here just as quickly as they were given. So I ask again, did you come from the outside? What do you know? You misunderstand me. I desire a way out, not to dig deeper. And as for the interchange, that is a very dangerous word to be bandying about. I suggest you forget you've ever heard it. Whatever evil the scientists had hidden in there, it has wrought havoc on this place. So no one goes near the substation, understood? Anyone trespassing there will be shot. Well, this is disappointing. I was hoping you'd have something you were willing to share. We imprison strangers at the first whiff of trouble, but you can keep your liberties for now. I trust that will be more conducive to a timely recollection of your origins. In the meantime, be wary of this place. Do not be tempted to engage with any of the pagan sentiments some of the locals may try to foist on you. Such beliefs are dangerous and forbidden. Do I make myself clear? And if you still wish to have protocol's aid, you'll just have to make yourself useful to me in other ways. I'm glad to hear it. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good. I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. Yes, what is it? There's been a what? Sergeant, take a squad to the church at once. And the culprit? Surely not the vicar. Good Lord! One cannot even trust a man of God in this place. Now do you see why this place is under military discipline? I fought rebels in the Malayan jungle, and let me tell you, that was positively genteel in comparison to this wretched village. You can hardly call them English hereabouts anymore. Something in the land here is corrupting them all. You've done the right thing coming to me. It's vital this sort of thing's nipped in the bud before it spreads. It can be tricky to tell right from wrong out here, but you seem to have the right spirit. Your assistance is appreciated. I shan't forget it. I'm willing to extend the hand of friendship to you, which would include giving you access to our camp at Skethermore. With us on the same side, if a chance for leaving this zone comes, I can promise you a good chance of seeing the outside. To be blunt, as a stranger, you're in a perfect position to help me with a delicate matter. We recently arrested a certain Dr. Garrow, one of the scientists from the research site. She contrived to escape the zone before the walls went up, but rather unexpectedly returned as part of a military convoy. More fool her. Dr. Garrow is dangerous, very clever, and egotistical enough to believe herself a magnitude cleverer yet. She's refused to tell us anything, and I refuse to stoop to Gestapo methods to force her. But a new face like yours, well, perhaps she'll talk to a stranger who plainly isn't beholden to the protocol. When Garrow arrived, she demonstrated an ability to meddle with the barred machinery we've commandeered. Specifically, she disabled our camp's automatic security system and began to poke around where she wasn't welcome. It was an hour before we found her, trying to get access to one of the old barred bunkers. Who knows what damage she might have caused had she found a way inside. She left us no choice but to take her into custody, isolated in solitary confinement, where she can't play her tricks. My men claim she muttered some incantation, and that caused the gun turrets to shut off. I don't believe in such nonsense as magic, but when she was captured, all they found on her was a broken radio. And now I don't know what to think. So you see, I need to know how she did it, what trick she uses to disable our machines. Yes, though I would advise you against doing anything unsanctioned. My men will kill you in an instant if you attempt any silly shenanigans. Here, this pass will give you free passage throughout the Skethermore camp. The soldiers on guard will allow you into the prison section too, all the way to Garrow's cell. Learn what you can and return here. Be sure to report to me in person. But be warned, one hint of betrayal, and that pass will not save you. I hope I make myself clear.